Hey everybody, so today I'm here to teach you how you can design your own t-shirt using freezer paper, boop, and some bleach and your t-shirt. So let's get started. First thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your freezer paper, and it has to be freezer paper because one side of the freezer paper is coated with like a plastic or something, and you'll see why you need that in a minute. So basically what you're gonna do is this freezer paper has a shiny side and it has a like matte side. The shiny side of it, you're gonna get your t-shirt ready. So you need that freezer paper. Next thing that you're gonna need is a t-shirt. And put something inside the t-shirt. You could get, they have forms for t-shirts, for screen printing and stuff. I just cut a piece of cardboard from a delivery that I got and I put it inside the t-shirt. Then you're gonna iron the t-shirt so that it's nice and flat. And then I'll show you the next kind of steps. You're gonna take whatever design you're gonna put on it. You know, you can put, what I did was, since it's fall here, I went online and I just looked up leaves. So what I did was I just took the leaves, I put the paper in the printer, and it worked at first. You know, you can put a piece of the paper in and write on it this side up, then just print anything generic, a regular piece of paper. And when it comes out, you'll know which way to put your paper in so that you print it on the correct side of your freezer paper. So I was able to get one, and then the next time I did it, it jammed up my printer. So it's up to you if you want to try it. It might mess up your printer. Also, if you're underage, you're going to need to use an iron and bleach. So make sure that you get some kind of adult supervision so you don't burn yourself or hurt yourself with bleach. Okay, so basically what I'm doing, you're going to take whatever cutout you have, and you could get real fancy with this. You could put the freezer paper on your Cricut, if you have that Cricut machine, and you could cut out like names and words. Just remember that the shiny side of the paper has to be pressed onto the thing you're using. And by the way, you don't only have to be able to use this on t-shirts. You can make, you know, a gym bag, you can make an umbrella, anything that you can iron, a backpack you can personalize, anything that you can iron, you can use this on. So you need the freezer paper. You're going to cut out your template, whatever you want to do. You're going to take the shiny side of the freezer paper that you just cut out, and you're going to place it down onto your item. It's pretty simple, right? Then what you're going to do, once you have it all laid out, you're going to take your iron. Oh, and another thing that I did was I took this shirt before I put everything on it, and I took the iron and I just flattened it out so that I would have a flat surface to start out with. So you're going to take your iron, you're going to put it on, like your cotton or high setting. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but you're going to put it on your highest setting, and you're going to not use steam. So once you have all of your items that you want to put on your shirt, you're going to put it down. You're going to make sure that the shiny side is towards the shirt, and then you're just going to iron it onto the shirt. So here we go. Make sure that you get all of these little corners and stuff. And you're also going to need a spray bottle with a mixture of bleach and water in it. Half bleach, half water. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a second. But make sure that your shiny side is down on all of these. Make sure you're placing them where you want them to be. And then you're just going to simply iron them onto the shirt. And you'll see, you'll feel it. Once you iron it on, it sort of adhesives itself down, if that's a word, adhesives. It almost glues itself down to your shirt. And you'll see why that is important in a little bit. So and like I said, I'm just doing these leaves because it was so simple for me to cut them out. A lot of people use like an X-Acto knife, like one of those craft knives, and they will get like a real fancy design and they'll sit there and they'll like cut it out. But I just wanted to get it ready for the video so I could show you guys how to do this. Oh, and by the way, I saw this idea on another guy's YouTube page and I didn't think it was going to work until I tried it the other day. So I will be looking up his video once I can find it, and I will be adding his page to the description so that he gets his credit. But yeah, so now get everything in place, iron it onto your shirt really good. And by the way, I'm doing a bleach method today where you're going to spray this with bleach and it's going to leave like a negative image of these leaves on it around the bleach splatters. But you can also do the opposite. You could cut out like the inside of it and you can get fabric paints and you could actually paint the design onto your shirt. If you don't want to use this, that's a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit fancier. I ain't got time for all that. So I'm just showing you guys how to do this real quick because I thought that it was so cool. So get your items all on there. So this is also cool if you're gonna supervise and you have maybe like a kid's party coming up or something and you want to pre-cut some of these designs out ahead of time, and maybe, you know, you can do like a little project with these kids, like where they can make their own t-shirts at the party. You know, some places that you go to, if you have your kids party at a place and they do crafts, sometimes it's like $50 a kid. So this would actually save you like so much money if you just wanted a cool idea for a kid's birthday party and you wanted to get it all ready and do it yourself instead of spending all those big bucks. So this is also a really great idea for kids' parties, but you have to obviously do this part of it for them because the iron has to be on the highest setting and we don't want kids getting hurt. Again, if you're at home and you're watching this and you are a kid, do not do this by yourself because you will get hurt. Yeah, so now everything is ironed on. Oh, and also if you make a mistake with the placement, you can peel these off and you can start over again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see if I could like tilt this up towards you guys a little bit. So that you can actually really see everything that I'm doing. Now what I'm going to do is I have my bleach in this spray bottle, 50/50 bleach water. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to give this shirt a spritz, making sure that you get like around each leaf or whatever you're putting on it. In my case it's a leaf. Just making sure that you get, you know, around the edges of whatever you're using. So that, and now you could just go crazy and do whatever little pattern that you want. So now what will happen now is you will leave this for a couple of minutes so that the bleach sort of gets into the fabric and starts to bleach it. So I'm going to put you guys on pause for a couple of minutes while that's going on. And when I come back, we're going to finish it. Actually, I'm going to spray a little bit more of this bleach. Just because I really want it, I'm going to spray a lot around each item. And then I'm going to just do a little spritzing around it. Just so that you guys can see. And that's why you want this cardboard in between layers, because you don't want it getting all over the back of it and making the back look all crazy. So I'm going to pause you guys, and then I'm going to come back in a couple minutes, and we're going to see a little bit of progress. Okay, so I waited about 5 minutes, and you can see the bleach is starting to eat the color away a little bit. So you can see it a lot better down here. But I'm still going to leave it couple more minutes, So I'm going to pause you guys again, and then I'm going to come back and give you the 411, also known as the update. Okay guys, so it's been a couple more minutes now, and as you can see, the bleach is starting to really bleach the shirt out compared to what it was. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pluck one of these things off just to show you guys what it looks like underneath. So I'm just going to lift one of these off of here. And you can see, right now you probably can't see it that great, but there's an outline of the leaf right here. It's probably hard to see with my camera, but you'll see when it's all done. There's an outline of where that leaf was, and that was a tiny one, so it's a little bit harder to see. But I'm going to leave it for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to take this shirt and I'm going to pick all of these leaves off of it, and I'm going to put it into cold water to stop the bleach process, and then I will show you the final product. Okay, so a little pro tip. On that last shirt that we just did, I used way too much bleach. It soaked the entire shirt and it came out pretty cool. I have it thrown in the dryer, but you can't really see the design. So now I'm going to show you how to do it a little differently. So first thing that you're going to do, I put a new shirt on my board right here. And of course the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to iron it, just to make sure that we're working with a flat surface. This one is going to be way better. Now that I have made my first one, trial and error. See, that's why I make these videos, so you guys don't make the same mistakes I do. So, just flatten it out. Okay. Now that it's flat, I cut a couple more leaves out of my freezer paper. So we're going to position these leaves on here, shiny side down, shiny side down, shiny side down, and look at this little guy. Look at that little fella. And he's going to go shiny side down. Maybe we'll spread them out a little bit. Maybe put one of them upside down. It looks sort of too perfect the way it is, so let's move it around a little bit. Let's do like this. Look at this little baby, found a home right there. Okay, like they just fell down like that. Now let's get them ironed onto the shirt. Make sure that you got all them edges down. Yep, that one's really flat. Now let's get this guy on there. See, it's all about trial and error. And now you guys know, don't use that much bleach. You know, the first shirt that I made actually came out really cool. And I threw it in the dryer real quick so you could really see when it's dry the color difference. But this one we're going to do with a lot less bleach. Same 50-50 bleach and water. But we're not going to soak the whole shirt down like I did the first time. And I think that is going to make it come out looking a lot cooler. Just make sure all your edges are down. Maybe go over it again real quick. A little bit like that. Okay. Get everything on there really good. Make sure all the edges are down. Any edges that are up, it's not going to work, so don't do it. Okay, there we go. Everything seems to be nice and flat right now. Okay, so now that we have everything on there, I'm going to unplug my iron. I'm going to take my bleach and I'm just going to spritz over it. Oh, the shirt is still so hot. Spritzes. Spritzes, just little spritzes. just so we don't soak the shirt, but that the bleach has a chance to, you know, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. That is all I'm giving it right now. Just that little bit. See it? Get it around the leaves, get it around whatever it is that you're using so that it's wet around it, but don't drench it. Because if you drench it, what I figured was if you drench it, what happens is it soaks under everything and it gets under the design and then it ruins it. So I'm gonna go grab the other one out of the dryer and I'm going to show you what that one looks like. Again, it still came out pretty cool, but if you're doing this to sell to someone, if you're doing it to give it as a gift to somebody and you had like their name on it or something, you would not be able to make out the name. So let's do just a little more on the outside of it, just for like a contrast and color. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. Just that. Just enough so that it discolors around it. Not so much that it is bleeding under the pictures and drenching the shirt. So I'm going to let this one sit for a couple minutes. I'm going to go see if the other one is dry yet in the dryer, and then I will give you an update. Okay, so this is that first shirt that I made, which it looks pretty cool, but it didn't come out exactly how I wanted it. It does look pretty cool though. I say like this leaf over here looks pretty cool. The one in the middle came out pretty good. And you could sort of see the design on it, but it's not what I wanted, and I just think I used a little bit too much bleach on it. So don't use that much bleach when you do yours. And this one down here, which I just put a little bit of bleach on, it really hasn't changed color much. So I don't know if I have much hope for it, but I'm going to take it. What I did with this one here to stop the bleach, or to activate the bleach I guess you could say, is I took it and I threw it into some cold water and I rinsed all the bleach out of it, and then I just threw it in the dryer. You can see the back of it is okay because I put the board on it. But I mean, it still came out pretty cool. I gotta say, it does look pretty cool. I'll probably still wear it and people will be like, what the hell is that? But I'm gonna wear it anyhow. So, but you could see some of the leaves came out like way better than the other ones. It still looks pretty cool. It's not perfect. The ones on the bottom are sort of just like blobs because it was like a round kind of leaf looking thing. But you could see it did, like this one looks really good. But I just think I used way too much bleach on it. It actually, now that I'm looking at it, it actually looks pretty cool. Like, it's not that bad. So, the less bleach, I think the better. And this one down here is still bleaching. And I don't really see much of a change in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take it. I'm going to wait like another 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it into the cold water to stop the bleach, and then I will give you another update. Okay, so it's been a decent amount of time, like 10 or 15 minutes, so I'm going to take the leaves off of this shirt now, and then I'm going to rinse it in cold water and throw it into the dryer. And I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so I can already tell this one came out 1,000 times better than that first one. So the trick is, do not use that much bleach. I'm going to pop this in the dryer. Another thing you might want to remember if you're going to try this at home, make sure you're doing it on a surface that is covered, or, you know, don't do it on your couch or something because you're going to be spraying bleach. So if anything that the bleach gets on, it will discolor it. So that's also something you might want to think of. Let me go throw this in the dryer, and oh, you are not going to believe how beautiful this one looks. So trial and error. I did it. I ruined one of my favorite sleep shirts just so that you don't have to. So hold on. Let me dry this and I will be right back. Okay, guys and gals. So while it's down there in the dryer, let's go over a few things. So you're gonna need, don't forget, if you're gonna do this, it has to be freezer paper, not, you know, any of that other stuff like parchment paper or whatever. It's not gonna work because this freezer paper has a plastic coating on it. So when you iron it onto the shirt, it makes a barrier so that the bleach doesn't get under it. Second thing we learned, don't spray your shirt too much, because if it gets saturated, it's gonna, the fabric, whatever you're using, is gonna absorb that bleach even under your pattern, and this will only do so much. So again, it's a really cool idea. If you're a miner, do not do this by yourself. You're working with chemicals, you're working with a hot iron, you're gonna hurt yourself. So I don't care if you get along with your parents, I don't care. Go tell them you want to make a fancy thing and tell them to get off their phone and help you. And if you're doing it to sell it, you're gonna have to do a couple test ones first on some fabric. Maybe buy like a little thing of fabric at the store, and this way you'll know the bleach, how much bleach to put on, blah 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 blah. Again, you don't even need to use bleach to do this. You can get fabric paint. You can cut your design out, lay it on there, paint around it, or you could do an outline. You could fill the inside of it, however you want to do it. So you could be creative with it. But less is more. Less bleach. If you're doing it this bleach way, less is more. What else? Freezer paper only. Shiny side of the freezer paper on your object that you are bleaching. And spray bottle, obviously, so you could spray the bleach on. I guess you could brush it on too. If you had one of those sponge brushes, you could maybe put the bleach in the water and brush it around your object. I didn't try that, so if you want to try that and it works out pretty cool, leave a comment in the section below. And like I said before, I actually saw this on another guy's channel. He's got amazing videos, by the way. I forget his name, but I'm going to link his channel in my comment section down below so that he gets the credit that he's due. Because I saw it and I said, does that really work? But then I tried it out and it does work if you know what you're doing. So trial and error. Alright, so I'm going to go grab this thing out of the dryer, and you're going to see the one that I just did now with the less bleach came out really cool looking. The one I made originally, I'll probably wear it to sleep in, but I ain't going to wear that out in public. Alright, so I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so the second one is done and we have liftoff. So this is the original one, which, like I said, it still looks pretty cool, but can't really, I mean, I guess you can sort of make out what it is, but I went overboard with the bleach and it saturated the fabric and it ruined it. Although it does still look pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the section below. Oh, and please give this video a thumbs up, because YouTube is crazy. You need to have thumbs up and likes and subscriptions. So now here comes the second one. Ta-da! We did it, you guys. We did it together, trial and error. So you could see the extra bleach that I put on the first one, don't do that. This one, I just kind of sprayed around the object a little bit with the bleach, and you can see it came out so much better. You can make out what everything is. It looks pretty cool. Still a little bit wet because I just took it out of the dryer, but definitely an improvement over the first. So I hope you guys try this out, and if you do, please leave in the description below what you did and how you think it came out. And I just want to thank you for watching this video. I hope that you had a good time. I did a little trial and error so that you guys don't have to ruin all your fancy shirts and such. Give me a thumbs up. Share this video if you think you know somebody who might like it. Remember, if you're sensitive to bleach or you have sensitive skin, you might want to use gloves. While you're spraying your shirt, please make sure that you put down newspaper or you put down cardboard or something, so that you don't destroy your house. Because if it gets on your furniture or some floors, it will discolor it. So keep that in mind. And that's it. If you want to do this with your kids, make sure you supervise them because you got to use a hot iron. And if you're a kid, do not do anything in this video unless you have your parents or guardians or an adult's supervision. So thanks again. Look what we did together. Okay guys, till next time. Thanks. Peace out.